Learn English Podcast.
Today, it's all about English adjectives.
Adjectives are, well, they're like the lifeblood of description.
Wow, so.
Well, they take a really basic sentence, something functional like, the bird is in the tree,
Okay, simple enough.
and they transform it. Suddenly it's the small chirping bird is in the lush green tree. Adds all that detail, that richness.
Right. So, our goal today is to get past just definitions and really tackle the usage stuff that, trips people up.
Exactly.
Let's start with maybe the biggest one, distinguishing adjectives from adverbs, specifically that linking verb trap.
Yes, the classic confusion point. So the core idea is simple, right? Adjectives modify nouns, things, or people. Pronouns, too.
And adverbs.
Adverbs modify actions, the verbs. Or sometimes other adjectives are adverbs. But the confusion really kicks in with linking verbs.
Like be, seem, feel, look. Those ones.
Exactly. Taste, smell, too.
Yeah.
See, these verbs, they don't describe an action someone's doing. Their whole job is just to connect the subject to a quality or state. It's identity almost.
Okay, so if the verb is just linking, it must be describing the subject itself.
Precisely.
Which means I need an adjective to describe that subject complement thing.
You got it. Think about this. The chef tastes well. That's the adverb, well. It describes his skill, his ability to perform the action of tasting.
Okay, he's good at tasting.
Right. But if you say, the chef tastes good, now you're using the adjective good. You're describing the chef himself. Maybe he's literally tasty. Bit weird.
Yeah.
But grammatically, it describes the noun.
Okay. Probably not what you mean usually. So it's about the state of the noun. Let me try one. The dinner smelled delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious is the adjective.
Yeah.
Because I'm describing the dinner, the noun, not how it performed the act of smelling.
Perfect. That's the state versus action distinction right there. Crucial for clear writing.
Okay, nailed that one. What about when you use lots of adjectives together? Like 3 or 4 before a noun.
The next challenge. Adjective order. Why does a big red car sound right? But a red big car just feels off.
Yeah, it feels wrong. People call it the royal order, right? And it
Yeah.
seems totally random at first glance.
It really does. But what's fascinating, and this is the aha moment for many, is that it's not random grammar. There's a cognitive reason behind it.
Really? Like how our brains work.
Kind of, yeah. The order generally moves from the most, let's say, subjective quality, something that's your opinion, like beautiful or ugly.
Stuff people can argue about.
Exactly. It moves from that progressively towards the most objective inherent characteristic, like the material something's made of wooden, metal. That's usually not up for debate.
So opinion first, then facts later down the line, like size, age, shape, color. Those doses comp categories.
Precisely. Determiner, opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose.
That's a lot to memorize, I know.
Probably don't need online memorized cold. No, focus on that core principle. Subjective to objective. Opinion way out front. Physical properties like material closer to the noun. Put it together and you get that famous example. A beautiful, small, old, round, blue, French wooden dining table.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense than just memorizing a list. Opinion before material, got it.
Understanding that logic helps it stick much better.
Okay, shifting gears from order to the form of the adjective itself. That classic mix-up. Ed versus ing, like bored and boring.
Yes, participial adjectives. This one's actually quite straightforward once you see the pattern. It's about cause and effect.
Cause and effect.
Yeah. The ing form describes the cause of a feeling. Something is boring. That documentary is interesting. It causes the feeling.
Okay, so the thing doing the action or having the quality.
Right. And the id form describes the effect, the feeling itself that results. A person feels bored. I am interested in the documentary.
So the documentary is boring, ing the cause, and therefore I feel bored, anchored the effect.
Exactly. Remember, ing causes the feeling, and you've basically solved it.
Simple enough when you put it that way. Okay, last big area, placement. Usually, adjectives go before the noun in English, right? Red car. Or after a linking verb, the car is red.
Those are the two main spots, attributive and predicative.
So why do so many learners put it after the noun? You hear the car red quite a bit. Where does that come from?
That's a really important point. It's often cross-linguistic interference or L1 interference.
Meaning their first language does it differently.
Exactly. If your first language is something like Spanish or French or Portuguese, putting the adjective after the noun, la voiture rouge, el coche rojo, is the standard default way.
So they're not making a mistake based on English rules they forgot.
Not necessarily. They're applying a rule that's perfectly correct in their own language.
Yeah.
They're borrowing that structure.
Okay, that makes sense. So understanding that helps you see why the error happens, and you can just remind yourself English usually puts the description first.
Right. And, mastering these core things, linking verbs, order, editing, placement, it really lets you move beyond just functional communication. Towards language that's precise, that's nuanced, that sounds stylistically right, whether you're writing a story or, an academic report, it elevates everything.
Nicely put. Okay, before we wrap up, here's something for you, the listener, to chew on. We talked about adjectives you can grade bigger, more interesting.
Comparatives and superlatives.
Right. But think about absolute adjectives, words like unique or perfect or even dead. Can something really be more perfect if it's already perfect? Or more unique?
Logically, no.
Exactly. So think about how those absolute words kind of push against the usual rules of comparison. Shows there's always more nuance to uncover in language.